Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will talk about the fertilization, about the embryology and the fetal development. So I hope this will be easy to you. So fertilization, first of all, formation of the gametes. What are the gametes? Gametes, they are the sex cells. They're the sex cells. Gametes, sex cell in the males, it will be the sperm, and the sex cell in the female, it will be the ovum. So spermatogenesis, this is the formation of the sperm cells, and the oogenesis, this is the formation of the ovum in females. And both of the gametes, they have the haploid cell number, chromosome number. So they contain, haploid means they contain half number of the chromosomes. So this is the spermatogenesis process. We will talk about it in the next lecture, and this is the oogenesis process, and we will focus it in next lecture regarding this. So ovulated egg travels down the fallopian tube. So this is the ovulated egg. It is released in response to the LH, which comes from the anterior pituitary. So sperm swims through the cervix. So sperm first goes to the cervix. From the cervix, it goes to the uterus. From the uterus, it met up with an egg in the fallopian tube. As you can see, that the sperm travels in this direction. Through this direction, it comes to the fallopian tube, and there is a special region in the fallopian tube which is called ampulla, In this ampulla region, the sperm penetrates to the egg cell. And this process is called fertilization. The top of the sperm, there is an acrosome. So this is the sperm structure. This is the head of the sperm. This is the nuclei. And this is the acrosome. This is the top layer of the sperm. And acrosome contains the digestive enzymes which help the sperm to enter to the ovum, inside of the ovum. And after that, the zygote will be formed. After that, the cleavage process starts. So this is the zygote formation. When the sperm penetrates to the egg cell, sperm and egg nuclei, they fuse to form the zygote. This is haploid number. This is also haploid, and this is zygote, this diploid in number. And the zygote has full sets of the chromosomes, which is 2n, 46 in human body. From the sperm, they're getting 23 chromosomes, and from the ovum, they're getting 23 chromosomes. So at the end, they're getting diploid cell, which is called the zygote. So after the zygote formation, so this is the zygote, this is the fertilization process. So this is the follicular cells. As you can see, they release the estrogen. So what's stimulating the follicular cells? FSH, which is coming from the pituitary gland. So FSH comes to the follicular cells secrete the estrogen. This estrogen is high in the proliferative phase of the uterine cycle, starting from the day 6 until the day 13. They're preparing the uterus for the pregnancy. So after that, this zygote, so this is the zygote, they divide. As you can see here, this is the division of the zygote, right? So this is the anaphase phase of the mitosis. They do mitosis. They form the 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, then 8-cell stage, and at the end, they form the morula, which is 16-cell stage. Then they form the blastocyst, which is 32-cell stage, blastocyst. And this blastocyst travels through the fallopian tube to the uterus and implants. If the question asks you what is implanted to the uterus, you should say blastocyst. Okay. So this is the corpus luteum. You know, corpus luteum synthesizes the progesterone in response to LH, which comes from the anterior pituitary. This progesterone provides the secondary phase of the uterine cycle, prepares for the pregnancy. Okay. So this is the implantation to the uterus, the morula, which is 16-cell stage. Morula reaches to the uterus. It implants to the lining of the uterus. The resulting structure is called blastocyst. So morula becoming blastocyst and implanting to the uterus layer. So embryonic stage is divided into 2 stages. The first is gastrulation, which is 4-week duration, and the second is neurulation, which is also 4-week. So that means the embryonic stage is 8 weeks. So when the blastocyst implanted, it enters to the embryonic stage, and the next 8 weeks, which is equal to the 2 months, will be embryonic stage. So what is gastrulation? Gastrulation, formation of the 3 layers, as you can see here. So that blastocyst that implanted will be divided into 3 layers, which is endoderm, mesoderm, and ectodermal region. Okay, and from each of them they will form the organs, and the formation of the organs is called neurulation. Okay, so neurulation, this is the second half of the embryonic stage, which is next 4 weeks, and the neurulation organs of the nervous system formed. Organogenesis occurs, organs and the structures, they mature and they grow in this stage. From the endoderm, what's formed from the endoderm? Our internal structures, for example, our respiratory system, our digestive system, our reproductive system, our urinary system, and glandular organs, for example, the liver, accessory organs, pancreas, salivary glands, all of them formed from the endodermal region. Okay, endodermal region. And from the mesoderm, they form the middle structures, for example, the bones, muscles, and also blood vessels. The heart is formed from the mesoderm. Non-glandular organs, for example, the kidney and ureters and the gonads are also formed from the mesoderm. It's important to memorize them. From the ectodermal region, all the outer structures, for example, the skin, the hair, nails, lining of the mouth, lining of the anus, all of the nervous system structures, for example, the brain, spinal cord, nerves, eyes, all of them are formed from the ectodermal region. So the fetal stage, actually, after the embryonic stage, after 2 months, after the embryonic stage starts the fetal stage. Baby simply grows and matures in this stage. No organs are formed. All the organs are formed until the 8th week. So as I do the summary, first of all, we form with the gametes, we fertilize, they fertilize each other, right? They form the zygote. From the zygote through the process which is called cleavage, they divide and form morula, and that morula is actually 16 cell stage. It forms the blastocyst, which is 32 cell stage, and from the 32 cell stage it implants to the uterus, and after that the embryonic stage starts. First half of the embryonic stage is called the gastrulation, and another half of the embryonic stage is called neurulation. Okay, and after that it becomes fetus. The embryo becomes the fetus, and after that, after another 7 months, the birth happens. Okay, so this is the stages of the fetal development. This is the first month of the embryo, second month of the embryo. Starting from the third month, we call it fetus. Third month fetal stage, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth stage of the ninth months of the fetal stage. Okay, I hope you understood it. And there are extra embryonic membranes. I can say this is the yolk sac, this is the allantois, and this is there is an amniotic fluid, and there is a chorion outer which encloses all other membranes. Okay, so what's the yolk sac? Yolk sac is the food for developing embryo. It's like endosperm in the seed. Okay, so this is the nutrient. The yolk sac is the nutrient or food for the developing embryo, and the human yolk is the source of the first blood vessels. And the amnion, what's amnion? Amnion that wraps all around the baby, okay, all around the fetus. It is the clear watery fluid surrounds the embryo, and it's a shock absorber. When you jump, for example, when you fall down, it's like a shock absorber. It won't harm the baby and protects the embryo from the physical damage, this structure. And what's allantois? And this is the allantois. It becomes the umbilical cord, which provides with nutrients to the baby and connects embryo with the placenta. And the chorion, the most outer layer, is called the chorion, the part of the placenta. Okay, the chorion is a part of the placenta, So this part is important. It encloses all the membranes. I hope you understood our today's lecture. So this is the beautiful image from the U world. As you can see here, that this is the baby, and the baby, this is the umbilical cord, okay? And this is the cervix, this is the vaginal portion, and this is the urinary bladder. Okay, this is the urinary bladder. So this is the rectum and the anus region. I hope you understood. These are the tasks to do to memorize the concepts that we have covered with you. Thank you very much for attention.